Welcome back to Ta-da 3D printing. Normally I would be going on to chapter 9, but because a lot of those parts deal with the extruder, I felt like now is a good time because I have the MK3S. I do not have a Plus, so I figured now is probably a good time to go ahead and do the upgrade on this. I'm not doing a full upgrade to the S Plus. I am just going to be changing out things on the extruder. According to support, that's what they told me I needed to do. So I have printed those parts. I went with Prusa Orange, the PETG, and I was kind of antsy to print all of the parts, so I did this on the XL. I did not change out the stock nozzle. I printed it at 0.6 nozzle. I did go with the 0.2 layer height as it recommended and the proper infills. I feel like most of the things printed okay. The bridging on the back of this is not great, but I will give you a little bit of a spoiler in case you're thinking about doing this. Don't. Make sure that you print something at 0.4 nozzle because I ended up having some issues with some of the hex nuts not fitting correctly. Some parts worked fine, but I had to reprint a couple of them on a different printer. So don't do anything with a 0.6 nozzle and try to rush. Other than that, I think we're okay. We'll see once I get it all put together. I did print the one piece out of black, the lever, as according to the details, the description on the upgrade kit, the printed parts. And the other item that I didn't print was the fan shroud. It needed to either be polycarbonate or ASA, and I looked through. I don't have either type of those filaments, so I'm going to order some, but I figure the fan shroud I can put on later. That doesn't seem like it's going to be a crucial part at this point. So this is my MK3S that I'm going to be upgrading. I've had it for about 4 years and it's served me well. It's got some wear on it, so I'm going to see if there's anything else as I'm taking it apart that might need to be cleaned up and just checked over a little bit too as I'm going through this. Okay, so I'm jumping into chapter 2B of the upgrade from the MK3S to the MK3S Plus. This is the extruder disassembly, and this says it's moderate difficulty and 14 steps. What I'm going to do, just because this is a little bit older printer and I'm kind of doing two things at once, is I'm going to swap out the parts on the extruder for the upgrade. I know that I'm going to probably be duplicating a couple of things because the next chapter I'm going to be messing with the extruder, but I want to just put this all together with the upgrade parts first and make sure everything's working before I go on to the next step. So even though that'll kind of overlap a little bit, I feel a lot more comfortable with that, just taking that those extra steps on it. So looks like I'm going to need some tools, and it says step 2, before you start, make sure that the filament is unloaded from the hot end. We're good on that. The printer is properly cooled down, yes, and it's unplugged, yes. So move the Z-axis to half its height and move the X-axis to the center. I feel like I'm pretty good on that, it looks like. I think there's a decent amount of room. It says that I need a cloth or piece of fabric which is thick enough to cover the heat bed. This will ensure you won't damage or scratch the surface during the disassembly. I don't really have any cloth out in here, but I've got some paper towels, so I guess that'll have to do. Set that there. Okay, that should work. Step 3, releasing the cable bundle. I need to open the door and the extruder cable clip. Okay. Oh, also, in addition to the printed parts, so I've got all the printed parts here, and then I also have, I was looking through the upgrade items because the upgrade kit is not available. It's 4 to 5 weeks out. So that's why I'm kind of just doing as much as I can right now. But I did see that the Super Pinda is one of the things, and I happen to have one. I ordered it for all of my minis, and one of them didn't end up needing it. The current Pinda that it had was working fine, so I just kind of kept this as a backup, and I'm glad I did because I can swap that out while I'm doing this. And then also, I had accidentally ordered the wrong PTFE tube. Actually, what I did is I ordered both of them because I wasn't sure which one I needed. I have the one for the 3S and the 3S Plus. So I already have what I need, so I can swap that out as well. So I've got the printed parts, the PTFE tube, and the Super Pinda. Okay, so I'm gonna need to flip this around to get to the cable bundle. So I need to open this up. And then I need to release the 2 screws here on the other side. See if I can even get to them without being able to see them. And I feel like I need something to put all of these screws in. Since I don't have the full kit, I want to be really careful to keep all of the screws because I'm sure that I'll be missing some things and reusing most. So, okay. I can get into this. I removed the zip ties on the cable holder. They're talking about on this side. I need to remove, well, it's saying all of them. Okay. Remove the textile sleeve all the way to the ENC cable. Okay. Okay. I'm going to step 4, disconnect the Pinda sensor from the ENC board. It has a safety latch. Don't pull it. First, push the safety latch to ensure the connector is free to move. It's kind of on the right. It's the first one on the right, all the way on the right. That's a little bit bigger. Okay, I believe that it's this one. Look one more time. Yes, it looks like that one. Safety latch looks like it's on the outside. Yeah, okay. So I've got that unplugged. Now, while we're on the back side of this printer, we are going to release 4 screws on the X carriage back part. So here. It says not to throw away the X carriage back. Keep it for reuse in the following chapter. But I did print another one. I think that's the same part. Yeah, okay. Well, anyways. Remove the Pinda cable, which I have kind of wrapped up in here. Hoping that the smaller or the new one is a little easier. Was I supposed to remove this? No. It says to remove the nylon, so maybe if I remove that first, I'll have a little more slack. Okay, yeah. That gave me just enough slack to be able to get that out. Now that's free. Now I need to turn it around to get to the sensor. Removed. Now got that completely out. Step 7 is removing the filament sensor, which is on top. Okay, sorry. Looks like I'm removing this, right? I need to remove this first. And the other, man, I feel like I'm flipping this thing around a lot. Okay, and the other one is here. This one looks very little. Yep. Makes me wonder if there's a sensor on the MMU. Okay, so I'm going to move this. Unplug it. And where is it plugged in? Okay, I guess it's just saying unplug it from this side. I don't think I'm quite ready. I don't think I'm quite ready to do anything other than this side because there's nowhere. There's nowhere for that. I mean, I can see that the cord when I'm pulling is coming out here, but it's all the way through this for now. So I assume they're saying that. They're not saying anything about the electronic side. Now remove the fans. And after the fan, okay, the front fan. Remove the fan shroud, which I don't even have one on there anymore. I think that one melted long ago and I gave up on it. So yeah, I don't have a fan shroud. All right, we're gonna go back to the, okay, now I'm going to release this. Removed that part. It says carefully put both fans on the hot bed, the heat bed. Okay. Extruder surgery. Release 2 screws on the extruder cover, remove the extruder cover from the hot end, and then the back cover. All right, so I can remove this. Got that part removed. I'm gonna remove the 2 screws on the back here, and then it looks like this piece will come out. Yeah, so this comes out. Come on. Remove the left screw from the back of the extruder. Okay, that's all I was supposed to do. Remove the idler. Hold by hand the extruder motor and release the second screw. Carefully remove the extruder motor and set it on the heat bed. Yep, it seems like I did pretty good on the height of my extruder because everything is setting okay. It's not like pulling too hard on any cables. right. Kind of surprised my hot end didn't just jump out, but here we are. Remove the adapter printer with the ball inside from the extruder body. Just completely open there. There's no magnets showing. And on what I removed, there's no magnets. Nothing fell. So I'm going to remove this guy. The FS lever that I did print in black again. Okay. So I got that guy out. Release the remaining 2 screws from the extruder body and remove the extruder body from the printer. All right, so that must be on the back. Ooh, this just jumped right off the top. Did it say? Yep, be careful, the ball tends to jump out and roll away. Yes, it does. All right. Especially me turning this around doesn't help. That's not even what I was supposed to do. Where are those last 2 screws? Okay, I guess the hot end, did it say to remove the hot end? Maybe that's what's throwing me, is mine's still sitting there for some reason. Okay. So let's gently remove this guy. Man, you were really wedged in there. Okay. Now I see the 2 screws and a lot more dust. Step 11, removing the PTFE tube. This step is obligatory. The MK3S Plus is using a shorter PFTE tube compared to the MK3S. Let's replace it now. So I'm hoping that this is fine because I'm not, okay, I'm removing it. I hope that I don't need a different type of hot end. I'm hoping that this is the same exact hot end and just gonna have a shorter tube, but we'll find out. Okay, I kind of wish that they had a label on them, but clearly these ones on the right are the shorter ones because they're laying down all the way. And we're looking for, there's a flat side on the right and a kind of angled in side on the left, and that's the side we want to put down. So push this in, black hole it in, slide all the way in and hold it, and then pull it up. Okay, yeah, I feel like it's moving just a little bit. Okay, yeah, that seems quite a bit shorter than the last one. All right, step 13, idler disassembly. That is this guy here. Push and pull out the shaft. Keep it for later. Okay, so I need to push that through. Let's see. Got that out. And then of course that slipped right out. Be careful, there are 2 bearings inside. Don't lose them. Okay, well I didn't see anything fall out, but we'll see. So we're just down to this. We are done. Before you move on, store or throw away all the old extruder plastic parts. You won't need them, except the X carriage, which is still attached to the bearings, and the X carriage back with the cables going through. Okay, so I guess I'm leaving this. I don't know why it had me print another one, but that's fine. Keep both the fans, the hot end with the new. Okay, so it doesn't seem like the kit came with its different hot end because we didn't swap anything. We just changed out the tube, so I should be fine. So we'll keep that. The hot end nylon filament is still on the back, and the X-axis belt. Keep the motor and both Bondtech gears, including bearings and the shaft. The disassembled filament sensor with the cable will be replaced with a new one. So I think that's the only thing that I don't have, is I don't have a new filament sensor. And you can keep this one for your future projects. Fasteners are included, well, not for me, so I'm gonna have to be real careful with that. Now let's move on to the next chapter. Let me know your thoughts if you think I missed anything. Thanks for watching.